Okay guys, welcome back. I hope you are all well. Stay home. No gathering more than 10 people. Okay, we're back in order to start. And to start, we're going to make a little review of what we have done in the previous class. So I'm going to give you another exercise. Hopefully you have done it. It was in the courseware. Now I'm going to correct, okay? So I hope you see everything. Let's start. So the first question I had was to determine the S function. Okay, look here. I've given you the savings. I didn't give you the consumption as usual. So we're going to start with the saving function instead of the consumption function. That's what we have done so far. Okay, question 1. Determine the saving function. Okay, in order to determine the saving function, we have studied that first we need the slope, okay, because we know that the saving function is written as shown here. So saving is equal to MPS times GI plus a constant B. So first we have to determine MPS. MPS is equal to my change in saving over my change in DI. So I have 2 points. I can choose either points to start. So we're going to say that this one is point A, this one is point B. So we're going to do A minus B. You could have done B minus A. It's exactly the same thing. So I'm going to take saving at A minus saving at B over DI at A minus DI at B. We're going to replace now with the numbers and see what it gives us. So saving at A is minus 4,000. Okay, minus saving at B, which is minus 3,000, over DI at A is 5,000, minus DI at B, that is 10,000. Okay, let's see what it gives us. Minus 4,000, minus minus becomes plus, 3,000 over 5,000 minus 10,000 is going to give us minus 5,000. Let's see what it gives us now, which is equal minus 4,000 plus 3,000 gives you minus 1,000 over minus 5,000. Now we will simplify. The minus and the minus gives you a plus, so we don't care about them. And now it's going to give me 1 over 5. That's what I have left. Okay? So MPS is equal to 1 over 5. Pause the video to take notes, and I'm moving on. You have it? I'm moving on. So let's try. Now, MPS is equal to 1 over 5. So what I'm going to do is replace it in my function. oops, 1 over 5 di plus b. In order to find the function, now what I have to do is replace with 1 point, the values of that point. Okay, let's take a. Replace using a. You could replace using b. It's exactly the same thing. So in the saving, I have minus 4,000 for this point is equal to 1 over 5 times di. I'm sorry, di should be replaced. Okay, what's the di here? It's 5,000 plus b. Now I have one unknown. Simple calculation. So minus 4,000 is equal 5,000 over 5. How much is it? 1,000 plus b. I'm going to keep the b here and move this one over here. So it's going to give me minus 4,000 minus 1,000 is equal to b. So b is equal to minus 5,000. Okay. Pause. Take this down so that I can continue. If you have any questions, I'm going to pause the video while I'm playing it and ask you if you have questions then. I think you won't have any question because we have done this before. We're just reviewing it. Okay. Now I'm moving on. Now I found my b, which is 5,000. And here is my results. Oops, please. This is your answer. Okay? I'm going to move on to calculate the C function. C function. Determine the C function, consumption function. I'm going to do it the easy way first, but some people prefer the other way, so I'm going to do it both ways. I'm going to start with di minus s. Okay? So we know that di goes to C and S. Whatever is not consumed is saved, whatever is not saved is consumed, and it gives you the total money you have. The total money you can dispose of. Don't forget that we took off the taxes. Okay, let's see. So if I want C to stay here, I'm just going to do di minus s. Okay, so I'm going to keep the same order so that you follow. So di minus s will give me C. Clear? So let's put it. I'm going to put my C over here. It's exactly the same thing. You know that. Yeah, I'm taking so many precautions because it's a little bit harder not to have you here and tell me I didn't get that, I didn't get this. Okay, so I'm doing my best here to show you all the steps. Let's do it. So C is equal to di minus, don't forget the parentheses. Here is my S function. So 1 over 5. Oh, I'm so sorry. I made a mistake. Here it was minus 5,000. Woof, finally. Check this one out. Okay, di minus 1 over 5 di minus 5,000. I made a huge mistake, didn't I? But you can forgive me. I know you're nice people. So C is equal to di minus 1 over 5 di minus 5,000. So C will be equal to di minus, now I'm going to open the parentheses and change this sign. So 1 over 5 di plus 5,000. So C is equal to di minus 1 over 5 di will give me 4 over 5 di. I know some people have troubles with this, so I'm going to explain it first and then move on. So di minus 1 over 5 di. You know what you do to solve this one? You put di in common. So di in common of, what did you multiply in order to have di? Di is equal to di. So di is also equal to 1 times di. When you multiply by 1, you didn't do anything. So I'm going to put times 1 minus 1 over 5, which is equal to di times 1 is equal to 1 over 1, 2 over 2, 3 over 3. To make it easier on us, we're going to take 5. Okay, so it's 1 is equal to 5 over 5. So 5 over 5 minus 1 over 5, which gives you di times, this one is the same one, so we're going to put it in the middle. And here I'm going to have 5 minus 1. Okay, this easy. Which is going to be equal, di times 5 minus 1. How much is it? 4. 4, and don't forget to put over 5. And that's it. It's done. So for this one, please take notes for those who don't know how to make these calculations. And I'm going to move on. Okay? So I'm going to delete this side. Take it down or copy it or whatever. I'm moving on. So we just calculated that this is equivalent to 4 over 5. So C is equal to 4 over 5 di plus 5,000. Okay, my C function is done. So I use this method. I'm pausing for you to take notes. I use this method. Now I'm going to use the other one. Okay. I'm going to write the result here. So C is equal to 4 over 5 di plus 5,000. And then use the other method. It has to be the same result. So I hope you took this down. Okay, so method 2, I'm going to calculate my consumption, use 2 points, and do it the same way I did the saving. Okay, so di is equal, di saving, so di 5,000, saving minus 4,000. di 10,000 saving is equal to minus 3,000. So in order to calculate my consumption, I'm going to use this. I know that di is equal to C plus S. So di minus S is equal to consumption. Okay? So I'm simply going to do this one minus this one. It's going to give me my C. So 5,000 minus 4,000. Be careful with this. So for this point, it's going to be, we call this one A and this one B. So for point A, C is equal to 5,000 minus this one, and then minus 4,000, okay? So it becomes a plus because I was saving, consuming more than my income. So C is equal to 5,000 plus 4,000. So my C was equal to 9,000. Agreed? So here I'm going to have 9,000. I'm going to do the same for point B. So point B, C is equal to 10,000. I'm applying this 10,000 minus, and then what I have in my saving, which is minus 3,000, which is going to give me C is equal to 10,000 plus 3,000, which is 13,000. Okay? So now I have the consumption for both points. Take this down because I need to delete. I'm only going to keep the little table here. Actually, I'm going to rewrite it so that it's easier. Okay? So let's do it. I found that at DI, I'm going to write it here, DI 5,000, my consumption was 9,000, and at DI 10,000, my consumption was 13,000. Oops, haha, okay, I haven't changed. Still the same mistakes with my handwriting. So we call this one point A, and we call this one point B. So now what do we have to do? We calculate the slope, which is our MPC, marginal propensity to consume. So C is equal to MPC times DI plus B, another constant B. Not the same one, of course. So we calculate MPC, which is the slope of the consumption function. So it's going to be equal to delta C over delta DI. Okay. So here I'm going to take the easy point. So I'm going to start with B because it's the bigger point to avoid having problems with the negative signs. You can do it the other way. It's going to give you exactly the same result. So it's consumption at B minus consumption at A over DI at B minus DI at A. Shall we replace with the numbers? Let's do it. Which is equal to 13,000 for the consumption in B minus 9,000 for the consumption in A over 10,000 for the DI in B minus 5,000 for the DI in A. 13,000 minus 9,000, that gives you 4,000. 10,000 minus 5,000, that gives you 5,000. I'm simplifying with the zeros. It gives me 4 over 5, which is exactly what we have found before. 4 over 5. Take this down so that I move to find the value of the constant B. I I hope you see everything. Okay, moving on. I don't need this anymore. So I will replace MPC by its value, which is 4/5. Oh, I need a point, but it's okay. I remember them. I'm going to take point B again. So now what I have to do is replace with a point. The values, of course. Replace, I'm going to use B. You can use whatever you want. It's exactly the same thing. So at point B, I had my consumption 13,000 equal to 4/5 times DI, which was 10,000, plus B. Okay? So 10/5, that's 2. So 10,000 over 5 would be 2,000. 2,000 times 4, that would be 8,000. So here I will have 8,000. I will write my 13,000 here. So 13,000 is equal to 8,000 plus B. I will move this one over here. So 13,000 minus 8,000 is equal to B. 13,000 minus 8,000 is equal to 5,000. So 5,000 is equal to B. That's exactly what we have found here. Whatever method you use, you need to find exactly the same numbers. Okay? So now I'll rewrite my B and I'm done with my function. That's your solution. So we have done questions 1 and 2. Let me just check the questions over here. Yes, I know. I'm doing my best. I took a screenshot of the questions. I don't see anything now. So determine the BEP using the C function. Okay, that's easy. I'm done with this. You have everything? Okay, moving on. So, question 3. Determine the value of DI. Okay, it's the DI we're looking for, and DI is going to be equal to C. So, the DI at BEP. I hope you all know what BEP stands for. It's break even point. At break even point. Okay, so what do we know about the break even point? We know that the saving is equal to 0. That's if you use the saving. But here the question says use the C function. So use the consumption. If we're not saving, that means we are consuming everything we have. So DI is equal to C. We know that DI is equal to C. And we have the C function. So DI is equal to this thing over here. Easy. 4/5 DI plus 5,000. That's our C function. Okay? And now we have one unknown, which is our DI. So we're going to have to make some calculations and then we're done. Let's try it. So DI, I'm rewriting it, is equal to 4/5 DI plus 5,000. What can I do? Put the DI's together. Okay, so DI minus 4/5 DI is equal to 5,000. Do you agree on that? Yes, you do. I know you do. Okay, I showed you how to calculate this before, so I'm not going to redo it. You can go back to it anytime you want, and I hope you understood it. For some people. Oh, for everybody. Okay, so here it's going to be equal to 5 over 5 di minus 4 over 5 di. 5 minus 1 is, minus 4 is going to give us 1 over 5. So 1 over 5 di is equal to 5,000. So di, oops, I don't have a lot of space here. So di is equal to, you all know how to do this. You multiply by 5 and you divide by 1. 5,000 multiplied by 5 divided by 1. So di, I know it's obvious, you all know that, but I'm not there to see that you know how to do it. So that's why I'm doing it slowly. So 5 by 5, that's 25. So 5,000 by 5 would be 25,000. So 25,000. And that's your di at BEP. Okay? Now to check if it works. Imagine you're in an exam and you want to see if it works. There are two ways of doing it. You replace di in the C function and you have to find 25,000 in the C. You replace di in the S function and you have to find 0 in the S function. Let's do it. So take this down and I'm going to go check that I found the right result. Maybe I made a mistake. Who knows? Let's try. Okay. So I found di at BEP is 25,000. I'm going to check using my C function. Okay? I know the result I need to find, C, is it equal to 25,000? Because they are supposed to be equal at break-even point. So let's do it. C is equal to 4 over 5 times 25,000 plus 5,000. Let's calculate our C. 25,000 divided by 5, that gives you 5. 25 divided by 5, that's 5. I'm adding the 1,000, that would be 5,000. 5,000 by 4, that's 20,000. So the result of this one is 20,000 plus 5,000, our B. So my C is equal to 25,000. Yeah, it's correct. Same number. Now I'm going to try using the saving function. So I know that my saving should be equal to 0. So with the consumption is checked. Check using my S function. I know that S should be equal to 0. Let's try it. So S, here is my saving function. S is equal to 1 over 5 gi plus minus, that minus doesn't want to get in here, minus 5,000. Okay, so I'm doing it. Saving is equal to 1 over 5. I'm going to replace by my di at BEP. So 1 over 5 times 25,000 minus 5,000. Okay. 25,000 divided by 5. That's 5,000. Multiplied by 1, it's 5,000. Okay, so is equal to 5,000 minus 5,000. My saving is equal to 0. So checked. I have the right BEP. I didn't make any mistake. Okay? Now pause a bit and I'm gonna try to do the other questions. Now I just need to keep my functions on here because I need some space. So I'm gonna delete all that. Take a screenshot, do whatever you have to do in order to have this with you. I'm done with this. I'm gonna rewrite my functions and move to the next question. I just want to rewrite the C function in front of me. 4/5 di plus 5,000. And S is equal to 1/5 di minus 5,000. I didn't forget it this time. Okay, which question is this one now? Let me check. I need to take off my glasses as usual. Determine the personal saving rate at 50,000? Okay, let's have fun. That would be question 4. Question 4? Yeah, question 4. So question 4, determine, oops, my handwriting, please, come on, you have these. Determine the personal saving rate, guys. I'm gonna write it big, rate at DI 50,000. Okay? To calculate the personal saving rate, you have to know the formula, okay? I'm gonna write PSR, even though it's only in my class we use this, okay? Please. So PSR is equal to saving over DI. As it's a rate, you have to multiply by 100%, okay? 100%. Please, guys, don't forget the percentage sign, because mathematically multiplying by 100 is different than multiplying by 100%. When you multiply by 100%, you're multiplying by 1. You're not doing anything. When you multiply by 100, some people know that it means percent, but I need to see it in order to understand it, okay? So, first thing I need is my saving. I don't have my saving at 50,000, so I need to calculate it. Now I have my DI. I'm just going to replace in the saving function to know what my saving is. Let's do it. So saving is equal to 1/5 times DI of 50,000 minus, remember that, minus 5,000. Okay, so saving is equal to 50 divided by 5. That's 10, isn't it? So it's 10,000 minus 5,000. So my saving is equal to 5,000. That's my saving, but that's not my answer, okay? They asked me to calculate the personal saving rate. So I need to do this calculation using my number here, okay? Take this down. I'm moving to the calculation. So I'm gonna delete this. I found my saving. Oops. Nothing changes. Okay, here's my saving over DI times 100%. And I know that my saving now is equal to, how much did I find? 5,000. So personal saving rate will be equal to 5,000 that I just calculated over the DI that was given to me, which is 50,000. I made a huge mistake here. What should I do? Times 100%, which is equal to. So I'm going to simplify right here. 3 zeros. I have 5 over 50. I can simplify by 5. That would give me 1 over 10. 1 over 10 times 100%, which is going to give me 100 over 10%, choop, choop, and it's going to give you 10%. Okay, you can use your calculator, I don't care, but here it is. So my personal saving rate, remember, I'm the only one using this. It's only used in my class, agreed? So you have normally to write the whole thing, is equal to 10%, and that is your answer, okay? So now take notes or do whatever you have to do so that I move to the other question. While you're chatting, the other ones. Okay, I have to see what happens if my DI is, how much did I put in here? 50? No, not 50 again. Yep, it's gonna be 50. Oh no, changed by 25. I don't recall the question. It's messed up in here. Okay, can I start? Here we found 10%. Now question 5. Determine what would happen to my consumption if DI increases by 25,000. That was little a, and little b was if saving, determine what would happen to my saving if DI increases by 25,000. Let's try. So how can I know that? I'm hesitant here, okay? Please, the huge mistake that I've seen before in the classroom is that you actually replace the DI in the C and give me the C. I'm not asking for the consumption. I'm asking about what would happen to the consumption. Meaning, is it going to increase and by how much? Or is it going to decrease and by how much? So what we're calculating is the change in consumption, which is delta C, okay? So here I'm calculating change in consumption, okay? And what do I have with delta C? You already know it. You know that your MPC, marginal propensity to consume, it's actually the use of MPC, is equal to delta C over delta DI. And here I told you that my DI increased by 25,000, which means the 25,000 is equivalent to the change in DI, a change that is positive. So here I have delta DI is equal to 25,000. Sorry guys, I don't have corona. So my MPC is equal to, remember, it's always the slope of the consumption function, is equal to 4/5. Okay? So delta C over delta DI is equal to 4/5. So delta C is the one we're looking for. So delta C over, what is delta DI? 25,000, given. Over 25,000 is equal to 4/5. So delta C is equal to 4/5 times 25,000. Okay? Simple calculation. 25,000 divided by 5, that's 5,000. 5,000 by 4, that's 20,000. So delta C is equal to 20,000. So you did calculate it, but you still didn't answer. Okay? Well, it's part of the answer. Now you need to tell me that if I increase the DI by 25,000, I would increase my consumption by 20,000. Consumption will increase by 20,000. Okay? Take this down. Oops. I hope you can see everything. And I'm moving on to the other question. I'm going to delete now. So I did A. Now I will do B. Exactly the same thing, using the same method. Here, they're asking me to determine what would happen if my DI increases by 25,000, what would happen to my saving? Okay, let's try it. What do I know? So I'm looking for delta S. And I have delta DI already. Delta DI is 25,000. You can see it here. Okay, delta, come on, Amy. Delta DI is equal to 25,000. Okay, same thing. What am I going to use? I will use MPS, marginal propensity to save. Let's try it. So MPS is equal to delta S over delta DI. So change in saving over the change in disposable income. And it's always the slope of the saving function. So here it's equal to 1/5. That's one of the first things we have calculated to determine the function. Okay, so I have delta S. Remember, I'm looking for delta S. Delta S over delta DI is equal to 1/5. Delta S over delta DI that is given to me, which is 25,000, is equal to 1/5. So I'm just going to put this one over here. So delta S is equal to 25,000. Oh, sorry. I'm going to start with 1/5 so that I don't lose you somewhere. Okay, it's 1/5 times 25,000. Good? So I'm just going to divide by 5. So delta S is equal to 25,000 divided by 5. That's going to give you 5,000. So you have part of the answer. So you know that your saving is going to change by 5,000. So it's going to increase by 5,000. Here you need to tell me that in case my DI increases by 25,000, my saving will increase by 5,000. And now you have answered the question. Okay? We're doing a good job. Let me check if I have any other question in here. Yep. Meanwhile, we can do this. Done. We're done with the exercise. Okay? That's nice, isn't it? Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here and then make maybe another video for the things that follow in the chapter, for the simple reason I don't want to mix two things. This was a review, so I'm gonna stop it here. See you later, guys. I miss you already. Stay safe.